So y'all remember my white student Bradley, who identifies as step black because his stepfather's black? So I was working at this after school program. My student Bradley, who identifies as step black, he comes up to me, he says, Mr. Hills, I got grounded because of Kyle. I said, Kyle, your cousin? He said, yes. I said, what happened? He's like, so I was at my stepdaddy's mama's house, Big Mama's house, and Kyle going to ask my step cousin, Keisha, why you so dark? And I told him, I said, because the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And Kyle going to talk about, that juice must be super sweet. He's like, yes. So I had to punch him in the mouth. Absolutely not. That's not okay. So this one day, Jasmine and Bradley, they're walking into the class, and I hear Jasmine say, no, Bradley, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm mad at you. And Bradley's like, no, I can explain. I was just playing with Simone. You're my girl. I don't want Simone. And then he gonna talk about, ooh, girl, I'd be in trouble if you left me now. I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how. I was like, Bradley, come here. He gonna talk about, hold on, Mr. Hills, I'm trying to get my girl back. I said, oh, all right, well, come holler at me once you get her back, okay? So then Bradley, he comes to me a few minutes later, and I was like, hey, was that Paul Wall you were singing? He talked about, yes, Mr. Hills, if you ever need to get your girl back, just play some music from the Step Black. And I was like, who should I be playing? He's like, Paul Wall Step Black, John B Step Black, and they will both help you get your girl back. All right, I'll keep that in mind. So y'all remember Bradley, right? My white 8-year-old student who identifies as step black because his stepfather's black. So I'm working at this after school program. Bradley, he comes up to me. He says, Mr. Hills, you remember that time that I told you that Jasmine liked white guys because she liked Justin Bieber music? And I was like, yeah. I remember how ridiculous that sounded back then. It still sounds just as ridiculous. He was like, well, guess what? Her and Tanner are boyfriend and girlfriend. I was like, oh, wow. Really? He gonna talk about, yes. I told you Simone liked white sugar more than she liked brown sugar. Then this boy gonna talk about, Mr. Hills, you wanna know what hurts me the most? I said, what's that, Bradley? He's like, you remember that time when I slapped Tanner because he was disrespecting her, and then I got in trouble with you and you took me to the director's office? I said, yeah, that's happened several times, Bradley. He's like, yeah. And not one time did she come and check on me or put money on my books or give me a phone call. Boy, stop. You said in the director's office, you act like you were at Rikers Island or Guantanamo Bay. Absolutely not. And I told you to keep your hands to yourself. And he gonna talk about, but Mr. Hills, it just ain't fair because black men don't cheat, but these queens ain't loyal. See, now I'm not about to, Ms. Martinez.
The Black Squad.
Let's talk about Bradley. Y'all know my white 8-year-old student who identifies as step black because his stepfather's black. So Bradley, he comes up to me, he says, Mr. Hills, I think Simone wants me back. I said, really? Well, why do you think that? He's like, because at recess, she came up to me and she's like, hey, Bradley, do you want to play with me? And I was like, no, I already got a girlfriend. Right. And he's like, yeah, I just think that Simone sees that I treat Jasmine like the black queen that she is, and Jasmine treats me like the black king that I am. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm a little confused, Bradley, but Jasmine's treating you like a black king, but you're white. He gonna talk about, Mr. Hills, I'm step black. You see that outside, you see my skin is white, but isn't white chocolate still chocolate? Right. I see your point. And he's like, yeah. So I told Simone that I can never play with her because I'm already got me a girlfriend, and black men don't cheat. Right. And step black man obviously falls under that category. He's like, yes, I'm getting it. I'm a little behind, but I'm getting it now. Then he gonna talk about, now I'm about to go see if Jasmine want to go hold hands in front of someone. Absolutely not. Bradley, don't be over there being a petty patty. Don't do that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment.